Welcome to our sixth show, the Triad Corner. I am Lew Hathaway, the Vice Chair of Danvers Triad Council. It's been a while since our last Triad Corner program, and we are glad to continue to bring awareness of the various projects of our Danvers Triad Council to the community. For those who may have missed our previous shows, let's review again what is our Triad Council. It's an organization of senior citizens working to reduce criminal victimization, promote crime prevention and safety awareness, and serve the needs of the Danvers community. And as I've mentioned before, that's a big task that we can't do by ourselves. So on our Triad Council, we have the help of the Sheriff's and District Attorney's Departments, the Danvers Senior Center, along with representatives from Danvers Police and Fire Departments, Danvers Housing Authority, and other social service agencies. We also try to help people avoid the many scams affecting seniors through phone calls and the internet. Today's topic is about hoarding and fire safety for seniors. First, I want to review a few of the programs that our Triad Council has in place to help senior citizens deal with fire emergencies as well as other emergencies. The File of Life cards provide medical and personal contact information about a person in case first responders find them unable to communicate. The large File of Life card is magnetized and placed on the refrigerator. The small card is to be carried on your person, and the cards should be updated in pencil. Copies of the cards are available free of charge at the Senior Center. There are several events during the year where help is given to fill out the cards. Our Triad Council also has a couple of other programs that help first responders when they find a person unable to communicate in case of an accident. We have a small yellow sticker called an ice sticker for in case of emergency that a person places on the back of their flip phone or small cell phone. The sticker indicates that the contact list on the phone will contain one or two people who can be contacted to notify them of an emergency for the unresponsive person. We also have a new program for those with smartphones requiring a password or other means of accessing the phone. Thanks to the Friends of the Council on Aging, we were able to get a number of cell phone pockets such as these. The pockets stick on the back of the cell phone and can be used to place the small File of Life card. First responders can review the card and find contact information as well as medical information that might help EMTs discover more quickly the nature of the person's emergency. The cell phone pockets are available at the front desk of the Senior Center, as well as the Triad table located at the YMCA Active Older Adults Day. The topic of our program today is hoarding and fire safety for seniors. Before I introduce my guest today, I want to mention that there are a couple of very good YouTube videos that show the problems fighting a fire where there have been obvious hoarding situations. The first video is from the Columbus, Ohio Fire Department. The link to this video is shown on your screen. The video shows how firefighters train to enter a fire scene with all of their heavy equipment where there are piles of debris. This situation can be a matter of life and death for the firefighters and for the victim needing to get out of the fire. The second video is from the Kalamazoo, Michigan Fire Department. The link to this video is also shown on your screen. It shows a house on fire where firefighters were not able to save an elderly man because there was so much clutter in the home that they were not able to reach the victim in time. The firefighters found piles of debris up to their waists. The home also did not have a working smoke detector. Now, the links to these two YouTube videos, which are very effective, will be shown in the next Triad Corner of the monthly Senior Center newsletter. Okay, my guest today is Danvers Fire Captain Jim Brooks. He is the fire prevention officer for the town. I thought it would be great if Jim could answer some questions and share some of his experiences with the problem of hoarding and how it affects the safety for the seniors of Danvers. Welcome, Jim, to our Triad program.
Thanks, Lou.
And first question I have for you, has the Danvers Fire Department come across problems recently fighting a fire because of a hoarding situation?
Because it's such a low incident type activity, we haven't had any major incidents, but I have been a part of some incidents where the hoarding has given us some difficult situations to address while we were trying to handle the emergency situations at the home.
Sure. What are some of the things that people can do to reduce the risk of fire injury?
Well, it's all about us being able to get into the home to attend to the occupants of the home. So making sure that that the access or entrance ways into the home are clear. There's nothing stored behind the doors. The storage of combustibles should be kept to a limited amount so that we're able to maintain a clear access to perform our duties when we're called to the home. Most of the time, the situations of hoarding are hidden from us. They're not something that we normally will see until we're trying to gain access to the home.
Wow. Can you give some examples of how hoarding can increase fire risks in the kitchen or around the heating units?
Sure. Most of the time hoarding is about storing what we call a combustible fire load. So the more that you have that fire load within a home, it's going to increase the amount of heat and smoke that we're going to have to address when we come into the home. So not only that, but the ability for us to advance hose lines into a home are going to be decreased if there's an increase of fire load in the home.
Sure. How does the weight of all the stored items in the home affect firefighting efforts?
Well, it's not really the weight. If we are placing a lot of water inside of a home that's on fire, sure, that eventually will cause a building collapse. But it's more of the accumulation of the fire load. The increase of the fire load increases the thermal temperatures within the home, and once you have thermal increase, then you have a breakdown of the building structure itself, the floors, the walls, and everything else. So that in itself will lead to a building collapse. So it's more of the increase of the fire load than anything else.
Okay. How does a resident set up a home safety and escape plan in case of a fire?
That's a great idea to do. We actually teach that to the children in the elementary schools. We teach them how to what they need to do for a fire safety plan. They need to get out, go to a meeting place. If you go on our website, we do have on www.danversma.gov, we have some under our fire prevention tab, we have some areas where you can go to actually work on putting together a fire safety plan. And also the Massachusetts government website has a whole bunch of information and brochures on how to set up a fire safety plan. It's a great activity for the family to get together to go through that, because when a fire does strike your home and your visibility is limited, one of our main priorities in any structure fire is to make sure that we have accountability for everyone at home. So that makes that meeting place outside so much more important for us. Even when you have a home that has a hoarding issue, our number one concern is to get the individual out of that home, regardless of what the situation is there.
Where are the best places to install smoke and carbon monoxide detectors in the home?
Generally speaking, because that's kind of a loaded question, it depends on if your house is new or if it was built prior to 1975, but generally speaking, at the base of every stairway and in the hallways leading to the bedroom or outside of your bedroom is the best place for a smoke detector. You are required to have a carbon monoxide detector on every level, and on the level where there's a sleeping area, it should be within 10 feet of the bedroom door.
Okay. I know this is sort of a different question. We were talking earlier about the smoke detectors that have batteries and some of the new ones that are coming out. What are they? What are the changes that
the changes in the smoke detector laws are now the battery-operated smoke detectors are required to have a 10-year sealed battery in them, and it needs to have a hush button, and it also needs to have photoelectric technology. So if you're replacing your smoke detectors in your home, you should make sure that you have all three of those features within the detectors. Now the seniors, this is a great one for the seniors. We have, if you don't mind me pitching the Senior Safe program.
No, not at all.
We have a Senior Safe program where if you're a senior residing in the town of Danvers, we'll come out and replace your smoke detectors. And they love it because the newer smoke detectors have a 10-year battery life to them, so they don't ever have to climb up on a stool to change the battery. So it's a great program for our seniors within the town.
All right. The other thing I was thinking about is those who have, when the house was new and they installed the electric smoke detectors, up in the ceiling.
Hardwired interconnection.
Hardwired, yes. How often do those have to be replaced, or do they?
All smoke detectors need to be replaced after 10 years. After 10 years, the manufacturers will not warranty the detector, so the code actually requires them to be replaced after 10 years.
Excellent information. We've seen a lot of resources that are out there, and what local resources when someone feels that they may be hoarding too much in their home, or they fear for somebody who has a hoarding problem, what resources?
We actually, of course, my line is always open to anybody, and I can actually guide them in the right direction for some assistance with that. Most of the time we're not getting the homeowner who is a part of that hoarding situation calling our office. It's usually a concerned relative. And for those concerned relatives, we have our own senior center is a great resource. The North Shore Elder Services, they're also a great resource. But those are the three main, myself, senior center, and the North Shore Elder Services are great resources for local assistance.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. I'd like to review some more detail of the resources where someone can get help if they feel they are hoarding too much in their home, or are afraid for a friend or loved one that may be in danger because of a hoarding problem. First thing is, Jim mentioned, you can call the Fire Prevention Officer, Captain Jim Brooks, at 978-774-3917. Then you can call also Eileen Dacey, who is the Program Manager and the Clinical Hoarding Specialist at the North Shore Center for Hoarding and Cluttering. 978-624-2207, extension 207. And Eileen also works, through the North Shore Elder Services. And the third is that you could call Pam Parkinson, who's the Director of the Danvers Council on Aging, at 978-762-0208. For more information, if you would like more information about the topic of hoarding and fire safety for seniors that you've seen today, call the Danvers Fire Department at 978-774-2425. Of course, for any emergency, call 911. If you would like more information about the Danvers Triad Council, call the Senior Center at 978-762-0208. And to wrap up our show, we thank you for watching our 6th Triad Corner, and thank you, Jim, for being my guest on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's been great.